Hi there, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing another stencil and a stamp video, and I'm using the True Love Halloween stamp set from Brutus Monroe. I love the switch. I've already gone ahead and colored the image with some Copic markers and cut it out. I have just a piece of white A2 size 4¼ by 5½ cardstock. I've got the Batty stencil from Brutus Monroe. And I really haven't, I'm just playing today. I'm going to try something. I hope it works out. I've got some Electro Loud Lime Neon Ink by Rena K. And I have some Distress Oxide Inks in Shaded Lilac and Wilted Violet. I also have a little pixie spray on the back of my stencil already. I think it's enough to hold it down. But I might grab my Wendy Vecchi Make Art Station just because it's not 100% tacky, but it's tacky enough. So let's get started. I'm going to start by, I do have some blender brushes. I have separate blender brushes for my Electro inks, Distress Oxides. I use the same one. And then I have a set that I use for just dye inks. So today I was just going to start with just trying to cover the whole sheet with some of this Loud Lime, because to me, Loud Lime, purple, those are colors that are totally Halloween. I love Halloween. I love fall. I love decorating for it. I've been putting out some of my fall decor, a little bit of my pumpkins. I don't have quite as much as I used to because my kids have graduated and gone on to college, so I have enough, but most of my stuff now is more fall stuff because I live in a small town. I don't get a ton of trick-or-treaters because of the little street I live on. I think I had 12 last year, and who knows what's going to happen this year, if there's going to be trick-or-treating. I haven't heard yet. It's quite a ways away yet. All right, so I've covered my whole sheet, and it doesn't have to be perfect because I'm going to cover it up some more with that Loud Lime. I'm going to move that off to the side, and quickly I've got some pumpkin donut squeaky clean. We got small little bottles from the Create Your Own Ending event back in August, and I am using the pumpkin donut for now. All right, so I'm going to try to leave, I am going to pull my station out for now. I apologize if it shines you. I know I have a very bright light above my desk. But I'm just going to stick the Batty stencil on and stick it down in different spots. And then I may cut this down. I haven't decided yet, so I thought I'd just do the whole A2 card front. I'm going to start with my lightest color, which is the Shaded Lilac. And I kind of tap it over. It's off the side here. You can't see it on screen, I'm sure. I didn't know how well these would work together, but I thought it would be fun to try. I actually think I'm going to end up grabbing a sponge dauber because I think I can get better coverage. If you give me just a second to switch off. Because sometimes when, the inks are a little bit different. I don't know the quantity or the makeup of them, but I thought I would just try them out together and see what they look like. And what I like to do sometimes with the oxides, if I'm not just doing a full blend, is just kind of push and twist. And that gets, especially if I'm doing like an intricate stencil that has lots of small pieces, and then I don't necessarily move it, but because I have the different ink underneath, I'm going to just do that, and I'm going to do that all over here with the Batty stencil here. I haven't had a couple of videos up lately because unexpectedly, a couple days before school started, the school called and asked if I could long-term sub because we had a teacher end up not returning this year. And I'm a substitute teacher, and substitute teachers and teachers are actually very hard to come by in our small town, easily or quickly. And so I've been substitute teaching full time since the middle of August, or since the end of August. I think we're almost in it'll be 4 weeks of school. I'm just going to rub this off a little bit on one of my cloths on the side so I get a little of that extra off, and then I'm going to come in with the wilted violet. Anyway, so I was substitute teaching at our local elementary school, and I'm just going to add a little bit of this just to give it some different textures, and I don't know, I just want to add a different depth, I guess that's the word I'm looking for. And so I've been substitute teaching, and then Tuesday was my last day. They had a teacher apply for the job and was hired, so I'm back to substitute teaching, which is what I love to do. I've taught every subject in our school, and I really like it. And this week it's homecoming, so I'm super excited. Homecoming is one of my favorite times of year. And so I am going in later today to teach and then go to the football game later tonight. All right, here is a moment of truth. We'll peel it up. And I will wipe this off later so I don't have to do that on camera. And I have this fun, bright bat background with this really loud line background. All right, so I'm going to quickly clean off my station here and put it away, get it out of the way. I might cut this down a little bit. I haven't decided quite yet. Okay, so we'll get that out of the way here. And then I think because to me it's a holiday, I like some sparkle. I'm going to go ahead and grab my box, my spout box here, and I'm going to find my Imagine Sheer Shimmer Craft Play in the Frost, which if you can see, you got to shake it up a little bit and get the mix so the sparkle gets there. I love this. It makes the best sparkle. I'm going to spray that on top, but I am also going to grab this Glitter Dust Silver Spray, which adds shimmer to paper, floral, and fabric crafts. This is from Thermoweb. And I'm going to spray this. Please use this in a ventilated space. I'm in a very open room, and I have windows open because it's beautiful out. And that adds just a little bit of shimmer. Let's see if you can catch that in the light. And it adds a little bit of sparkle. All right, so let me get my spray box out of the way here. And then, like I said, I stamped and cut this out, colored it. This is on alcohol-friendly paper. I used the Raven Detail ink to stamp it out, colored it in with Copics. And the one thing I noticed is I got the yellow and the lime are completely different colors, which is fine with me because I think I'm going to use some black to accent this. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and grab some black cardstock. And one of my goals this year is to use up some of my scraps. So I just grabbed some from my scrap bin. I've got some gold there. And I'm going to grab my Circle Foundation dies, which are back here. And they're not in I used them this weekend, so I don't have them in there. And I keep everything in stamp envelopes. And I'm just going to kind of look and see. And I actually think I'm going to cut it out. Let's see, let's try this one. It's a good size. But I might try cutting it out of 2 different sizes. Okay, I'm going to do both sizes, and then I'm going to see which one I like better. So I'm going to put this down with some purple tape. Grab another sheet of black cardstock because I only have enough room for the one. On here, this is a little bit different. This one has some texture on it, but here's another piece of scrap cardstock. And I will put this down. And I'm going to run those back through my die cut machines. I'm going to do that over here. I apologize. But it wriggles my table so much. I'm going to very quickly run these through. I hope everybody's enjoying their fall. I'm so excited to have cold, cooler weather. Here's one. And be able to wear pants and sweaters, and I'm a cool weather girl. All right. And here's the other. Quickly grab those. All right. And I'm just going to put them on and see which one I like best. I'm actually thinking of doing a landscape card because I haven't done one in a while. I don't think I like that. That's too much black for me. I actually think I'm going to use the smaller one. And no, I don't think I'm going to do a landscape card. I think I'm going to put it up higher. So I think I'm going to cut this down just a little bit with just my old, oh gosh, 20-year-old paper cutter here. So I'm at 4.5. I'm going to cut it down. I'm going to cut off some on both sides. Actually, no, I like this side better. I'm going to cut it down to 4. And it's at 5.5. And I think I'm going to just try to trim off just another little bit. Make sure it's nice and straight. And then I'll measure that up. I like to measure it up on here. So I just need a tiny little bit more off. And maybe I'll just cut a tiny bit off the top here. Okay. There, that looks good. And because it's so bright, I think one other thing I'm going to quickly do is I'm going to come in and use, I'm going to take my sponge dauber off here and grab my, I don't have a blending brush for black yet. I like to keep one for each color family. I have a gray one, but gray and black to me are still different colors. So grab some of the Raven Detail ink, and I'm just going to go in and kind of darken up the edges a little bit. And I know it looks like a hot mess, but I'm going to rub it off just a little bit. Just because I think it needs to be toned down just a little bit. And we'll quickly wipe off our space here. With my luck, if I don't do that, I will get it on my card base. So I'm just using a clean, really inexpensive makeup brush, and I'm just going to kind of move it around a little bit. And I see that it's the edges, they're still pretty defined there. So I'm going to rub off a little bit of my brush and try to soften it just a little bit more, so it's not quite so, there, we got a little bit. The lines aren't quite so defined in there. Where they were where the circles are. Just to make it, I still want some of that loud lime to be able to see through, but I wanted to darken it up just a little bit. There we go. And then I think what I'm actually going to do, because I used a little bit of oxides, I'm going to spray just a little bit of water on it, distress it. Like I said, I didn't really have an idea. I thought, well, I knew what I wanted to use, but I wanted to just go in and play a little bit. All right, so there, I've got that. And my focal point of this. So I think I'll go ahead and glue this down with some liquid glue. But I think I'm going to pop it up with some foam tape. On the final card front. So like I said, we're having, it's homecoming, and it's a beautiful day out. I'm really excited. I'm going in to help with the end of the day at my school, and I get to go to the parade with my little kids and celebrate Eagles. That's our mascot. And I have an old jersey that I'm wearing from a few years ago that is from the football team. and really excited. I've always gone all out for homecoming. My kids, when they were in school, would dye their hair, and they'd keep, every year the cheerleaders would sell tattoos, and they would sell necklaces, and I would just put them in a drawer. And the next year they'd be like, okay, Mom, it's homecoming time. I'm just cutting some inexpensive foam that I buy at a local store in my small little town here. It's very sticky, but it's convenient to be able to go get. So I am using that with my Brutus Monroe scissors. All right. I'm going to peel this all off. And so anyway, my kids would tell me, sorry, I was telling you a story about my kids. They would come and say, it's time to get the necklaces out. And I would pull out this huge pile, and they would get to choose. Since I didn't have, some of them I didn't have duplicates of, they would each to go one by one and choose which one they wanted. I think we're going to go ahead and put this right over to the right a little bit. No, I think we'll center it. Okay, so we've got this. And then I think what we're going to do quick is, I've got the sentiment, which is wishing you a happy Halloween. I'm going to stick this in my Misty quick, which I have a stamp set up in there for now because I was working on another Halloween card for my daughter, and I'm just going to cover that with purple tape right now so I don't get any of it on my stamp. I'm going to try to center that as, oops, I think I'm off camera just a little bit so it's more in the green. And make sure it stays nice and tight in my corners. I'm going to grab some Raven Detail ink. Oop, I guess that's going to be in the way. Okay, and I will have to stamp this down a few times. I actually have two. This is my older of my two detail ink pads. I'm gonna grab my new one, excuse my reach, which is a little juicier. And get that in there. Awesome. Wishing you a happy Halloween. Quickly gonna wipe this off. I don't always wipe off my stamps with a cleaner. Sometimes I just wipe them off if I'm cleaning them really quickly. Usually it cleans them off pretty good. If I have stuff stuck to them, then I'll use Squeaky Clean to clean it off. All right, so I have wishing you a happy Halloween. And last, I just need to grab a card base and put that on. Just gonna grab a quick card base here, and we're gonna put that on. And I'm gonna leave the white border. I'm going to glue that on outside the video here, and then I will take a picture and I will share it on my Instagram and Facebook, and that's the card for the day. So I hope you enjoyed my quick stencil and a stamp video using some Brutus Monroe products, and I hope you have a great weekend. See you later. Bye.